Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my 2022 goals. I'm going to look at my financial goals and my personal goals. So as you know, for the last year I have been embarking on a no spend year. I'm also going to continue that for the following year, but I'm just going to outline today my goals financially for the next year and also my personal goals that I would like to achieve. So as you can imagine, I have outlined my goals in a planner. So I use my bullet journal to track everything that I'm doing. So I've set myself a selection of different goals that I would like to achieve this year. Some of them are personal, some of them are financial. And I've also used my Go Girl budget planner to also set my financial goals. So here is my brand new Go Girl budget planner. So I can now take this bit off. So in the very front of the book, it gives you space to outline some goals. So that's what I've done here. So I'll go through those now with you. So the first one is to save for a house deposit. So I'm using my LISA to do that. So that's a lifetime ISA. So it gives me a 25% bonus on anything that I put in. And I can only use that for buying a house or for a pension. So I'm hoping that once I've bought a house, I can then start using my LISA to pay into my own private pension, essentially. My next goal is to save the house buying fees. So that's about maximum of £2,000. I don't have stamp duty that I would pay because I would be a first time buyer, so that helps me out a little bit. So I'm aiming for £2,000 for those kind of fees. Hopefully it'll be less, but that's my rough idea. The next goal is to save money monthly for Noah. The aim would be to save like his child benefit amount, which is about £84, but a minimum of £10. So if it's a tough month where I need to spend more on other things, or I'm purchasing a house, at least then I know that I could just put in a minimum of £10 a month. However, what I am doing is I'm doing a help to save account, which is £50 a month that I put back. So essentially I could move that into an account for Noah when I finish that 4 years, because I've got quite a while until Noah's going to be able to access the money anyway, so I don't think it matters too much if I use that money that I'm currently investing as his little nest egg that I'm going to give him when he's 18. My next goal is to clear the last of my debt. So all I've got left is my car, which finishes in March, so I think there's 400 left on that. So that's January payment, February payment, and then a 250 final payment. So that's not too bad. And then also I have my safer, which is an interest-free £18.80 a month, and that finishes in June. I think that's the last payment there. Essentially I could clear some of those earlier, so if I'm able to then I probably will. But if anything changes and I need to use money elsewhere, then I'll just wait until the scheduled time that I planned. My next financial goal is to stick to £200 a month on food. And as we know, this is going to be a huge struggle for me, but I'm hoping that at least if it averages on £200 a month throughout the whole year, I think I will be on track to keep to that budget. So I'm hoping that that will work okay. As I said, I'll meal plan and I will check my inventory before I shop and things like that, so that I'm not buying anything I don't need. And I've just gone through my cupboards for one of my decluttering challenges, so hopefully that will mean that I have a clearer picture of what I've got in stock anyway. My next goal is to earn additional money. So this may not be possible, and I'm not putting too much pressure on this one. It's a potential goal that I could earn a little bit of extra money in, but I'm not going to put pressure on myself in case there's times where I find it too much or too hard because of fatigue. So potentially I might start doing some training to become a badminton coach, because there's a club locally that was looking for somebody that could cover that Saturday morning club. So that is something that I'm potentially looking at, and they will look at getting me through the courses and things like that. So that is potentially an income, but it's not going to be very much. It'll be basic minimum wage minus a lot of tax. And obviously the hope is that YouTube might grow as well, so there's potential for some income from that, but I'm very aware that that is quite a long process to be able to get to a point where you're earning money from YouTube, so that one I'm not also pinning any hopes on either. And my last challenge, my 7th goal, is to complete another no spend year. So that is my goal, is to do that, all those 7 things for financial independence. So hopefully I'll be able to achieve those. And what I have done for some of those goals is I've kind of put them into kind of actionable points to help me step towards those goals. So that's another thing I'll look at now. So let's have a look at some of my personal goals then. So one of them was to train to be a badminton coach, because I really like to do that. I love sharing my knowledge with people anyway, so actually coaching somebody on a sport that I really enjoy would be really fun to do. So I'd quite like to do that. And what I've done then is itemised the steps that I need to take to be able to do this. Another goal for me is to plan an activity, a bigger activity, once a month with my son. So I've actually created a list of ideas for days out, which I'll then get Noah to add to. So hopefully I've itemised them into like spring and summer, then autumn and winter. So I do need to fill up that one a little bit more. So the plan is that Noah would pick an activity that we could do, and then that would be factored into like my spend amount is to pay for this activity, so that we could do a few more things that were fun and we had something to look forward to each month, and then we choose a designated time to do that. So I've put actionable points here, such as create a big list of ideas, get Noah to add activities to the list, schedule which day each month we would do, and then Noah to choose an activity a few days in advance so that I had time to book anything if I needed. So that's how I've kind of set out my goals. As I said, my next one was to be completely debt free, and it basically has the 2 bullet points of the first one is complete car payments in March, and then the next one is complete sofa in June. There's nothing more I can do other than paying them in advance. Another personal goal of mine was to go to bed at 10 p.m. and to read, because I wanted to create a daily habit of reading, which I don't do enough of, and I would like to factor in some time. My plan is to go to bed at 10 o'clock and then I read for a little bit, even if it's just 2 to 3 pages. It's still creating a daily habit. I've got some steps to help me here. So always make my way upstairs at 10, have a book ready for each night, read even just a couple of pages, make sure AM stuff is ready before 10, so making sure that any lunch boxes and stuff are done, and then record anything shown on TV after 10 o'clock. So I'm not allowed to watch TV after 10, basically, to get myself into a good habit. My next personal goal is to schedule 1 to 2 hours a week of self-care. And this one I think is really important. I think my plan is every Sunday has an element of self-care in it. So I've, again, given myself some actionable points. So I'm going to create a list of self-care activities, schedule a regular slot each week. So I'm thinking Sunday evenings are probably best. Create a self-care routine, so create a little bit of routine with that. Am I always doing a face mask? Am I always doing relaxing music or the humidifier? What kind of things, or essential oils and candles, what things am I going to have as a regular? And then involve Noah in the self-care routine as well, to make sure that he is having that time to look after himself. My next goal is to drink more water. So I'm going to create a daily habit by making sure that every morning I have a glass of water, and every night I have a glass of water before bed. And then at least then I know that I have had equivalent of 2 glasses of water, and that's probably more than what I've been doing lately, so anything is better than nothing. And my other actionable point for that one is take a water bottle when I go out, and allow regular breaks to drink water. Another goal, as you can imagine, is to continue to declutter the house. So I'm going to continue to map out some videos of me decluttering different areas and create a daily habit, maybe a weekly declutter, and that may be something that I can share, that once a week, every week, I always do a small declutter and I share it with you guys. And I'm going to remember to buy less stuff. That is key to decluttering, is don't buy the stuff in the first place. My next quite big goal is to buy a house. So obviously I've already put a goal, financial goal, of saving the deposit and saving up the fees. So by the end of the year, my hope is that I could be at least in a point of looking for a house. So my actionable goals are to reach my deposit goal, to save my $2,000 for fees, keep checking the market for houses and see what's going on and see what's around. I then need to save every penny that I can, and I also need to increase income. So that's what I was saying about having a financial goal that kind of links to that. And my last goal is to build my YouTube channel so that I can get some more subscribers and kind of have quality content that actually you guys want to see. So I'm going to map out my videos, I'm going to schedule time to record videos, I'm going to post at least twice a week, I'm going to research what kind of video ideas I want to do, I'm going to improve my editing skills, I'm going to make sure that my Instagram links up well to my YouTube videos, have a clear brand identity, so that's what I'm starting to do now. I've got a slogan now that says declutter your life. So hopefully you guys like that. I'd love to know what you think, so do let me know in the comments below what you think on that one. I'm going to practice performing in front of a camera and I create a new decluttering series. So if you've got any ideas of the things that you'd like to see for that, I'd love to hear in the comments below, so do let me know what you think on that one. So those are all my goals that I've outlined, personally and financially. So hopefully you have enjoyed that video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed that, and I'd love to know what goals you are setting for the new year. I'm definitely somebody that normally sets goals rather than New Year's resolutions. I kind of don't believe in the idea of to resolute something. I think goals are a clearer way of getting something done. If you set goals and set actionable points, you're more likely to make those steps towards achieving those goals. I find New Year's resolutions a lot more difficult to stick to, so I like the goal method more so than anything else. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I shall see you soon for some more decluttering, minimalism and no spend year videos. Take care, bye.